I always had a love for storytelling. I loved Greek mythology and novels and plays, and since I was a child. And when I was a teenager, I realized that storytelling could do something very important that nonfiction could not do. We were studying the Civil War in school, and I had read my textbook about the Civil War, and it was extremely informative. It was a tumultuous and incredibly pivotal time in our history. But I had no personal connection to it. I had knowledge, but it was still somewhat abstract. And then I saw the film, Gone with the Wind, and I read the novel, and all of a sudden I became emotionally gripped by the Civil War, by what the people went through. I felt like I was right there with Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler when they were trying to flee Atlanta, but General Sherman had already gotten there. And then when I got to college, I read Ayn Rand's epic novel, Atlas Shrugged, and I understood the message, the idea that our free minds and our free choice and exercising our liberty through our actions, that was the wellspring of all of human progress, all of human productive activity and achievement, and that was the root of our happiness and well-being. It was a message that came across through a riveting novel with incredible plot action and fascinating characters, and it impressed me and it gave me a lifelong love for liberty. I was a chemistry major in undergraduate school, but when I went to graduate school, I majored in philosophy. I wanted to be a thinker, but there were no jobs. So what does a newly minted philosopher do? I waited on tables. I rose within the restaurant industry, and I became a restaurant consultant, and I was writing video scripts and producing video training programs for clients so that they could do their staff training and development. And that was when my love for writing resurfaced and my love for fiction, because what was happening was my scripts were becoming more and more plot-oriented. And finally a client said to me, "Jen, I really can't have romance in this video about restaurant sanitation." And that was a turning point in my life, because I realized then that I wanted to write fiction. Since that time, I've written 4 novels, and with my philosophy background, they're liberty themed, and I've never looked back. I found my passion.
Jen went on to become one of the successful new authors whose novels topped the charts on Amazon and won 12 literary awards. Her first novel is the medical thriller Noble Vision. Through a love story between a doctor with a new cure and a tragically injured ballerina who needs the treatment as her only hope, Noble Vision dramatically portrays the dangers of socialized medicine. Noble Vision won 5 awards and garnered praise from magazine magnate Steve Forbes, syndicated columnist Walter Williams, Nobel laureate Milton Friedman, and past president of the American Medical Association, Ed Annis. Readers today hail it as an exposé of the current healthcare crisis. Jen's next 2 novels, A Dream of Daring and A Fugitive from Asteron, each won an Eric Hoffer Book Award, among other honors.
My latest novel is called Just the Truth, and it's a story about how important journalism is in protecting all of our foundational freedoms. And it was published in June of 2020. And I never realized at the time that weeks later there would be blaring headlines questioning the integrity of our elections and stories about a compromised media. And that was all foretold in my novel. And so it speaks to very important current issues. And it's about how journalism, we need the profession of journalism to tell us the truth about what's going on and to hold people in power accountable.
Published in June 2020, Just the Truth foretold the major news stories of the year that were about to unfold when a real presidential election occurred in the coming months. and it continues to be highly relevant in today's key issues. Jen has also written commentaries that have appeared in Forbes, the Orange County Register, the Daily Caller, and other publications. With a graduate degree in philosophy from Columbia University, Jen brings vibrant characters, urgent issues, thematic depth, and an outside-the-box approach to her novels. Their sweeping themes of self-sovereignty and the triumph of the individual attract thoughtful readers across political and cultural lines.
I had been thinking for years about starting a nonprofit foundation that would advance liberty through storytelling. Our goal at the Winged Victory Foundation is to celebrate liberty, to celebrate heroic characters who have integrity, who fight for their liberty and freedom and free minds and free choices, and against authoritarian control of their lives. And I'd love for the Winged Victory Foundation to be influential in creating a society of freedom-loving, independent, self-sufficient human beings who want to strive to be the best that they can be, and who love the idea that the future is theirs to choose through their own free will, through their free choices, through their free and independent mind.
The Winged Victory Foundation offers students and communities the chance to study and perform works featuring the uplifting ideas that form a society of freedom-loving individuals who glory in the adventure of life and love being masters of their own future.